Hey everybody. So I think I've only done one live YouTube video so far. And I wanted to say thank you for everybody who has been in my soul tribe from the beginning. I have about 11,000 subscribers now. I started in December, like end of November. And I have, you guys, I thought this walk would be painful, ticks and bad places and lots of sweat and awful. And there has been all that. Look at my hair. I mean, I just feel happy to shower half the time. But I've met so many amazing people out there. The people I have met, they fill my soul. Fabula Rasa, is that how I say it? Is that how I say it? Thank you. The journey so far has been not anything like what I would have expected. So today, a lot of people have been requesting a live reading. Hey, Goldie girl. A lot of people have been expecting a live reading, and oh, good, I got it right. Fabula, darling. So nice to say your name. That was fun. So in preparation, because I've gotten so many personal questions, I went and got a bottle of wine because you guys have been donating to me, and I just had an amazing soul. I hope she's okay with me saying her name, but her name is Jamie McElroy. Thank you so much. She sent me this huge donation. I went and got a bottle of wine. It was on sale, but look it. He was tagging the bottles on sale. The guy in the Indian guy at the corner store, because I walk everywhere. So walking to a grocery store would take me like the day and a half. But look at this bottle. He was tagging it on sale. Tell me that's not, I pulled it out earlier. The star card, right? Look at her feeding the land and her spirit, feeding that which supports her and accepting from that which supports her, and then feeding her spirit. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I mean, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And it's called Prophecy, so that's kind of neat too. So I decided to get a bottle of wine because I love wine. I haven't had it my entire trek. That's, I always talk about wanting a Coke and a hot dog, but a bottle of wine, thank you so much. It was $12.99. So my journey so far, I saw that question. Yes, I know. I will drink up. Look, I had to put ice in it because it's freaking hot in Tallahassee, Florida. um, so my journey so far has been unexpected. I kept thinking it's going to be hard and it's going to be horrible and I have to be ready for it, you know? And then I get out here and I meet the most amazing people. People who, right when you think you can't meet someone that's been through more, right when you think that you can't meet someone who is more amazing than the last, you meet someone that's more amazing than the last. It's been phenomenal. The connections I have made, connections of a lifetime, friendships, family for a lifetime, 100%. I'm leaving half of my stuff here because I have a good friend in this wonderful woman, Barb, and she's like, here, you have a drawer. Leave whatever you want to leave behind so you don't have to carry so much on your back. And I'll tell you what, you guys, carrying that stuff on your back, it's a whole lot lighter than carrying what we usually carry around in this life. I mean, I'm carrying 65 pounds and I wreck about 20 miles a day when I'm going. And I have never felt so light. I've never felt so free in my entire life. It's pretty amazing. So, with that being said, I know a lot of you have asked me a few different personal questions about my journey and what I'm going through. I'm a pretty private person for being somebody on YouTube. But you guys have given so much, and it's fair for me to give back and open up too. So a lot of people have asked me the full on steroids, yeah. Hi from Texas. I'm from Texas too. Who was that? I missed that. Um, it goes away pretty quickly. It's not like Facebook Live. I'm not used to this one. So a lot of times, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. See, one glass of wine, I'm already. All right, Texas. Hello from Texas. Kristen Luna, where are you from, darling? Because Texas is a really small state. We all know each other. I'm from Texas. So I'm from Spring, Texas. And I also lived San Antonio. Cool. I was stationed there for a while. I was stationed in San Antonio, you know, where on the west side, where that other little tiny annex base is. That's where I was at. I wasn't on the medical base. I was on the Air Force, like tiny annex base over there on the west side, right off 1604. Do you know where that's at? Anyway, so I'm in San Antonio. I love that place. I'm heading back to Houston just for a moment to say hi to some friends because I don't want to get stuck there. Houston's kind of the armpit of the world. I always say Baghdad is the asshole. Yeah, you do. Okay, cool. So Baghdad's the asshole of the world, and Houston's kind of the armpit of the world. So if the world was a big body, Baghdad is the ass, and Houston is the armpit. Okay, it's gross. It's suffocating. It is full of toxicity. Just like for those of you, I'm going to put this out there. And I know it's a little bit maybe personal, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're wearing too much deodorant. Okay, deodorant blocks where your toxicity comes out. So when your body's trying to sweat to cool you down, that's one thing. But whenever you have that nervous sweat, you know how it smells funny? It smells differently. That's toxicity, energetic toxicity. Dude, you don't need more than one swipe in the morning. I don't know why, but that came out in one of my readings earlier this month. And people are just like caking it on. And it's like, that's where you literally deplete everything that's not good for you in your body. So look into that for some of you. I also pulled a couple cards earlier because we always must pull cards. And a lot of, I want to pull some divine feminine, divine male. I haven't done that in a while. Hey, y'all, I'm from Texas too. Vic Artistic. That's fun. DFW. Cool. So you're really near where I'm going. I'm going to Mansfield, Texas. I'm not sure if you know where that is. It's a little south of Arlington. And that's where my hometown is really. I love that place. That's not an armpit. That's a great place. Texas is not an armpit, just Houston, just so y'all know. We have all those. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, drawing state lines and stuff. So let's get into this. A lot of people have asked me, what is your sun, moon, rising? Okay. So for those of you who don't understand sun, moon, rising, then okay, I'm not going to look for just a second. I'll go back and look. For those of you who don't understand that what your sun, moon, rising is, your sun sign is what I wonder if I can turn off to where I don't see the comments for a second, but hold on, give me a second, okay? For those of you who don't understand your sun, moon, rising, your sun is where the sun was the second you were born. So you need to know your time of birth and the city of birth, right? I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, at 7:30 something a.m. And I have to go back and look at it, but I know what it is. If you know the time that you were born and the place that you were born, we can figure this out. All you have to do is go to the sun, rising, moon calculator on Google, put in your date of birth. You don't have to put in your name, just put in the required fields. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's all free. You just put in your name, your date of birth, your time of birth, and your city of birth. Okay, and what that calculates is where the sun was at the exact moment you were born, where the moon was at the exact moment you were born. What constellation was the moon in? What constellation was the moon under? And then where was the horizon breaking at the exact moment you were born? So your sun sign is like, okay, they want to talk here. So we're going to do some channeling. I wasn't expecting that. So they're saying your sun sign is what you are here to learn. what you are here to learn in this life, in this cycle, in this lifetime, right? So, for instance, I'm a Virgo sun. I'm here to learn how to be organized, how to be analytical, right? I was a code breaker for the NSA and the Army for years. So it's funny how God taught me how to be a reader, right? I had to understand people and read people, but at the same time, I had to be analytical and break codes. And what do I see when I look at these cards? I see patterns, I see numbers, and I see symbols. I see colors. I mean, you would not believe what I see looking at these cards versus whenever someone else looks at them. I see a whole story, and it spouts off to me really quickly. And so that's the way that I talk to God. God trained me to talk to God like that. Does that make any sense to you guys? Oh, thank you, Carrie Ann. You're such a sweetheart. I've missed you guys too. It's been really hard going without you guys. So your moon sign is who you came in here as, right? This is the gifts you already had. So I'm a Leo moon. A Leo, they're good at being on camera. They're good at being interactive through different medium. They're good at inspiring people. They're a lion. They're something somebody wants to follow. So I've already gone through the challenges of being an egotistical Leo, right? And I've passed that over into now I've taken what I can take from the Leo and made it something to blossom and working it with my Virgo. Your rising sign is what people see you as. That's what you show the world. Okay? That's what you show the world. That doesn't mean fake. Don't take that wrong. That doesn't mean fake. So I'm a Cancer rising. A Cancer is very psychic. A Cancer is they're able to intuitively read people very quickly, but they go back in their shell real quick, right? What happens when you walk up on a crab? They go right back in their shell. Very cool. So that's what I kind of wanted to get through there. So for those of you who have questions, I'm not sure why Spirit wanted to explain that so in depth. You can mostly find a lot of that online. But if you do know what time you were born and you know what city you were born in, I would highly suggest you go look at your sun, moon, rising, because a Leo moon, which is what I am, and a Leo sun, Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Scorpio, very cool, very cool. So you, Goldie girl, yeah, I just saw you. Yeah, so, so you just had a lot of good readings, very intense readings, but good readings, right? So when you look at, yes, the Capricorn reading is coming up. Call your mom about your birth time. If you have your birth certificate, maybe a lot of birth certificates don't always have them. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that that was helpful. So yeah, I knew that some of you needed to hear that. So whenever you have a sun, moon, rising, if you, like for instance, if I go and look at Leo horoscope, I'm not going to mesh with a Leo sun because I'm a Leo moon. A Leo moon's read totally different. So I want you to, once you find this out, like for instance, let's say I'm a Virgo sun, I'm a Leo moon, I'm a Cancer rising. If I want to know what it's like to be a Cancer rising, I type in Cancer rising, Cancer ascendant. Those are the two. Cancer ascendant or Cancer rising. If I want to know what it's like to be a Leo moon, I type in Leo moon horoscope or Leo moon. If you type in Leo, you're understanding what it's like to be a Leo sun. So don't go read the Leo horoscope if it's your moon or rising. I want you to go and type in Leo rising or Leo moon, depending on what it is. So if I'm a Cancer rising, I type in Cancer rising. It's totally different. If you're a Cancer rising, it's gonna tell you, first of all, when you have a rising or a moon, sometimes it'll tell you what your facial features look like especially for your moon sign, like we're talking about like your childhood. Your moon sign is the life you picked. That's what's really interesting. So the life you pick in this realm, in this jump over, right? And this circle around the sun, the life you picked, you come in as your moon sign. Okay, that's who you are intrinsically. Okay, that's the gifts and the tools that you come with, born that way. You're born that way. Okay, when I was a little girl, everybody said the cutest baby ever, the sweetest baby ever, the perfect baby ever, because I was a Leo, right? That's all you have when you're actually born. Even if I was born but the Virgo made me shy, right? So I was a shy lion. That's a very strange one. And if you think about this, I have a Leo in my moon, but Leo is ruled by the sun. I have a Cancer in my rising, but Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, I don't know. I've always thought that adds up to bipolar, but whatever. So what I'm trying to say is all of those aspects build what we are resonating with in these readings. Hi from Belgium. So whenever we are building Libra Sun, Aquarius Moon, Virgo Rising. I haven't met a lot of Virgo Rising. That's really cool, Tebow. That's really cool. I haven't met a lot of Virgo Rising. I wonder how that is. So people see you as a, let's see, if people see you as a Virgo Rising, hold on, don't say anything yet. If people see you as a Virgo Rising, then you are organized, tidy, maybe you're someone that they can ask for help, even though you probably shouldn't be giving it as often as you do. You're a bit of a overtaxing, selfless servant. Any of that? Where'd you go, Tebow? I'm really interested. I haven't met a Virgo Rising, I don't think. Where'd you go? All right, now there's nothing coming through. He'll come back. Or she. So he said, yes, that's fair. Okay. But I feel like you've already learned not to give too much of yourself because you came in as a Virgo moon, right? And Libra Sun, Aquarius Moon. Yeah, you don't take any shit either, do you? Yeah. Aquarius Moon, they don't take any shit. Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon. Let's see. Virgo. So I'm a Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon. Fun. Whew. What do you know what your rising sign is? That's a hard one. Pointan? Pointan? Do you know what your rising sign is? Pointan? Is that how you say it? I want to get to everybody here that I can, because I know that you guys have questions. Okay, Fabulosa says, okay, wait, no, she says, I don't, so, real quick, oh, wait, all right, hang on, I want to get to everybody, so if I don't get to you, repost, okay, because it's moving quickly. So, point on, Virgo Sun, Taurus Moon, very stubborn, but that's because you've been forced to be, right? You've been forced to be stubborn. Life has not been they're saying palatable, which is a weird word for you. You know that palatable, what a strange word. You deserve more, you want more, and you know that there is more for you out there. I feel like you've pushed the boundaries of your limits quite a few times. And you've been burned a few times, but for the most part, it's in your favor, right? People look at you, they look up to you. They're saying they look up to you. People look up to you, especially within your friends and family. If you were ever considering doing some sort of, they're saying, a communicative or online business, that would be extremely, extremely lucrative for you. Does that make any sense? Is that resonating at all? Okay, let's go back up. I have a couple of different ones in here. You let me know if that's resonating. I haven't, let's see. Destiny, Craig. All right, where are you? Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, Leo rising, and Sag moon. When I'm listening, you know, I swear I was a man in a past life because I'm always acting like I have a beard. Isn't that weird? So here I am being totally personal with you guys. So now you'll know when I'm doing my reading and I'm thinking, I'm like shaping my beard, and I don't even have a beard. I don't even have a whisker. I mean, I have one that occasionally comes in like right here, but only since I've been like 38. All right, so Capricorn Aquarius is a tough cusp. Awesome cusp, but tough. Leo rising with a Sagittarius. That's a messed up chart, man. All right, Destiny. You're a go-getter. You're a go-getter. There ain't no stopping you, that's for sure. They're starting to send me some channeling here. You like things your way, right? You like things your way. And don't take that to mean like you're selfish or anything like that. That's not what I'm seeing at all. But you do like things to be in your way. You're like, okay, I see what you're saying, but my way is better. So that's been kind of the talk of your life, because they want you to understand that your way is better most of the time. And I'm not saying every time. You've been put in your place and you've been humbled before, but for the most part, darling, you are right. So if you're wondering about, I feel like you've had some guilt over this overconfidence that you have, but this overconfidence is completely justified and it's actually part of your path. You were pushed down in a lot of lifetimes. You came into this lifetime with strength because you came through with some kind of new power that you did not have before, like this ability to make people see, what was in their best interest. Does that make sense? And you love to get in people's heads. Not in a bad way. Again, like this is all sounding kind of funny. But you like to figure out how they're thinking. You like to figure people out. And with that Sagittarius, what was that? Sagittarius moon? Was that what it was? I think it was a Sag moon. Yeah. Um, so, I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, you guys are the one putting your shit out here, so I'm just gonna say it. You're good in bed, and you enjoy your sexual freedom, right? You not only enjoy pleasing others, but enjoy being pleased. You're very free in your sexual expression, which is so beautiful. A lot of signs are actually coming into understanding that that sexual expression and sexual freedom are something that it's something so beautiful. It's not something to be ashamed of. Much religious restriction has made us ashamed of who we are as sexual beings. We are beautiful, you guys, male, female, and I don't care what you resonate as. I'm staying here with a beautiful transgender woman named Barb who fought in the Vietnam War and was a male for her entire life until 2011, but she's always felt female. And she just came out in 2011. Can you imagine the strength it takes to do something like that? I am blown away. I am blown away by the people I've met on my path and on this trip. Sorry, I just saw that it goes down a lot further. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to get to everybody. We might appear organized. Girl, are you a Virgo sun? No, you're a Sag sun. Virgo rising. Yeah. Libra moon. I can't believe you're not organized. Those are the three most organized in the whole chart. Fabula. That's amazing. I am the most unorganized, sloppy person. I don't like dirty. I don't like dirty. So, okay, I'm not going to take dirty dishes and things like that. But y'all, I mean, whenever I come in the house, if I'm hot, I'm naked. I'm just, wherever my stuff lands, I land. And if I'm thirsty, I drink. And wherever that cup lands, it lands. I don't, I live. I live. I'm not going to sit there and live by putting this where it goes and this where it goes and this where it goes. It blows my mind. Okay, let's see what I've missed here. So my son is also Virgo rising. That's interesting. So let's see. So I got Destiny. Did I get anything back from her? I didn't see anything back from her. I hope I didn't upset her. Yeah. Who else was wanting? Yes, forced to be. Yes. Devan Kempen. That's a cool name. Devan Kempen. I'm a Virgo sun, Taurus moon, and Scorpio and Mars. That's cool. Man, you know, Virgo suns, I think personally are the hardest to figure out. Virgo suns, um, we're here to learn how to give selfless service to others. So we are going to constantly be presented with healing opportunities, whether that's offering money to people, offering aid to people, offering our counsel. Virgo suns are often people come to for counsel, very often. Leo moon also. I know my mother is a Leo, and you know that's really funny. I think I've told you guys before. My mom is a Leo. My father, he was a Leo. My father was murdered, or I'm not really sure. You know, we've never really quite figured it out, but he died outside of a bar and there were three guys involved and it's weird. My sister, she was a Scorpio and she committed suicide. Um, thank you, darling. There was a long time after this happened. I came back from Iraq they gave me like 30 days off and I came back and imagine my mother during that time, her daughter in Iraq, her husband killed and her daughter committed suicide. I could not even imagine what she went through. And she's such a strong and amazing woman. And at this time they said, okay, you have 30 days to go back, get your affairs in order, bury your father, do all this stuff, make sure your mom's okay. So I go back and I'm so angry. I wish y'all could have seen me then. I was an angry chip on my shoulder. Screw my life, screw you, spirit, screw you, so-called angels. I was so angry at the entire world. I thought, here I am over here fighting for my country. And all of this happens at once. My mother was in a car accident. She looks just like me, my size, everything. She's only 16 years older than me. She's amazing. And she not only survived this, but she survived the car accident, which broke her neck. She has cadaver bones in her neck, and now she's disabled. And her and I will sit there and laugh together and say, we are the luckiest girls in the world. I realized one day, how dare I try to take on all that stuff on my path? That was my sister's path. That was my father's path. And for me to take that on and say, poor, poor, pitiful me, to carry it on my shoulder, that's not what that was meant for. That was their path. I injected myself into their path. How dare I? And now I'm on this walk, meeting these amazing people. And all of us have been through these heartbreaking and horrifying and beautiful and life-quenching things. And it's brought it all full circle. None of that happened because of me or for me. It happened on their path. However, it affected my path in such a way that I taste life so much sweeter. And that's the option, right? Are you going to let life tear you down and make everything taste bitter? Whenever sometimes nothing tastes right, you keep looking for that thing you're in the mood to eat and you just can't get the right thing in your mouth. What if it's you, right? Maybe you need to take a walk, take a run. Like I always say, go do cartwheels in the backyard for 3 minutes and you will feel like a different person. And no kidding. I know how it feels not to want to get up and move. I know how it feels. I've literally been so depressed that I laid in my bed and I thought, I'm just going to piss in my bed. I'm going to go pee in my bed because I don't have enough energy to get up and move. I didn't, but I really thought about it. I've had some pretty dark moments, as we all have. And reading you guys, the energies I felt, the courageous energies coming through some of the hardest things I've ever felt. Now, here's something I want you to understand is that I can't see what's going on with you guys when I do your readings. I get emotional feelings and I get images, okay? But your spirit guides, your angels, God protects you more than you're protective of yourself. Does that make any sense to anybody? So they would never, ever tell someone your secrets. They would never, ever, they're more protective of you than you are. They would never, ever allow that to happen. So whenever you are okay, cool. That does make sense. So when you are concerned about a reader being able to see, anybody that says they can, they can't. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it out there. Hey, Alaska. Hi, Cloyd. Nice. Cloyd? I've never seen that. Cloyd? I've heard Clyde, not Cloyd. So whenever you are experiencing a personal reading with a reader, or if you're watching it online and you're like, whoa, how does she know all this stuff? She's getting feelings and images. And that's the way that spirit works through a true reader. Good. Okay. And whenever someone tells you that in 3 days, this is going to happen and you're going to meet this person at exactly this time. There may be generals, but for the most part, you are not going to get that kind of information from anyone. That's somebody usually, like, for instance, I know a lot of gypsies out there who want to make money. And so they'll tell you have an evil spirit attached to you and that they will give you these herbs and clean your house for $300. You know, that's all, $300 to get rid of all this bad luck. Well, that's not the way it works. First of all, the universe would never allow that to happen. Your spirit guides would never allow that to happen. Yes, we do pick up some negative energies from time to time. We do. But recognize it, see it, and they aren't there anymore. That's the amazing part. As long as you see it and you say, basically, be gone. That's what I say. Get off of me. Get off of me. I feel you. I feel you. Get off of me. Just do the shake off, right? Just get rid of it. It's not big artistic. Okay. Yes. It's not a science. Everybody makes it like there's certain people that can see forward. There's not. That's not the way it works, you guys. It is energies that are flowing through certain, what I call soul tribes, right? The way that spirit has shown me is we come here almost like a quilted blanket. Okay. And for anybody who quilts out there, or anybody that owns a quilt, they come in 9 squares a lot of times, right? So you get 9 squares, and then you attach another square of 9 squares, then another. So you sew 9 squares at a time, the old-fashioned quilting way. Well, we come here like that. We come here with souls that we are attached to, and that we work really well, and we have built this bond over time. So when you come here with your soul tribe, your 9 quilt, I always call it a 9 square. I don't say this on the readings a lot because a lot of people can't, it takes a lot more explanation, but you come here with them, right? And this is best friends, sisters, brothers, soulmates. And there are multiple soulmates in our life. Whenever you come here with them, you are all here to work together. And that doesn't mean peacefully, right? They're going to bring out the worst and best in you, and you're going to bring out the worst and best in them, because that's how we grow. Right? If we're all sitting there having a picnic under some nice tree, wonderful. That's a good day. But we don't want that to be our life. We want to grow. We want to get better. We want to get magical and fantastic and soak up every single part that this life has to offer. Okay, so can I ask you a question? Let's get back to the questions. So can I ask you a question? This is from Rasa. Have you ever meditated or in an intuitive moment and heard messages from other souls in languages you don't know? Okay, so yes, that has happened to me. All right, so generally speaking, the way that I found that for this to work, okay, whenever you start hearing like a gibberish language, are you talking about Last year has been channeling language unknown to me, two languages. Okay. So do you understand any of it? Or like, do you recognize them as the languages that they are, or does it sound like something like a total foreign gibberish to you? So I'll keep moving forward while you're thinking about that. But if it is a language that you recognize, like you've heard it, but you don't understand it. Okay, so this just happened to me the other night. So if you don't know the language at all, like if you can't recognize this is Spanish or Norwegian or German or French, right? So some, like for instance, I can hear someone speaking French. I don't speak French, but I know they're speaking French. Now, if completely foreign, okay, so utterly gibberish. So this is a different person. Okay, anyway, so when you are hearing another language within, let's say, meditation or a dream, often what my guides have told me about this, and I have had that experience, it can be a little off-putting, confusing, right? Because the weird thing is that you feel like you should know what they're saying, right? They're looking at you and talking to you like this is a conversation, and they expect you to know what they're saying. What this often is whenever you are, they're giving me the words. Hold on. Clearing karmic debt in such a way that you don't have to live through it again. If you are having a dream, you will understand them, they're saying. So if you're having a dream and you don't understand the people, that is a different issue. Now, if you're meditating and you don't understand the people, this is a past life karmic cleansing. So something within a past life, a karmic cleansing. Now, what I have done, and I suggest for you, is address in a very mild way, very, very calm and mild way. You have to understand that your subconscious is what is speaking during meditation, not your ego. So anything your ego recognizes, it's not going to understand because it's a different language to your ego, but not to your subconscious. I have a feeling that you probably knew what they were getting at with your subconscious if you were deep enough down. What you can do is ask them to come to you in your dreams and explain to you in your soul language what they are trying to say. There could be a message there. So make sure that they come to you during your dreams. And because if somebody's trying to connect with you on that deep of a level, that means that they can't just come and put thoughts in your head. They're not high enough ascended, if that makes sense. I speak. I recognized intuitively, like it sounded like, so I Googled it, found a Sanskrit, but I have had trouble researching because somewhat dead language. It is a dead language. In terms of Sanskrit is a very, 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 very old language. We're talking about, that's a whole nother conversation. The Anunnaki and some very old beings that were here long before humans, long before humans. And wow, that's a really cool conversation I would really like to have with you guys sometime. I've had a lot of dreams about it. I haven't necessarily had like Anunnaki or anything like that coming to contact me. But the Anunnaki wrote all of their tablets displaying their past kings in Sanskrit. So yes, it is a very old, very dead language. I would very much suggest to you, darling, that you do a long meditation before sleep and ask them to come in and speak to you in your soul language. Just be very clear that you did not understand. And often we aren't understanding because our ego is too much in the way. Your ego is never going to be able to decipher something like that. You have to destroy your ego enough, shut your ego down enough during meditation to where it feels safe and it knows it's only here to observe. It's not here to interact. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, let's see. So right here we have Sandra. Hi, much love for you. I'm a Libra Sun, Gemini Moon, and Sag Rising. Please tell me what you think. Hold on. Please tell me what you think. I'm on a journey, so confused sometimes. So Libra Sun, I'm sure you watched my last video. It's getting better. It's getting better for you guys. You got to walk into your own. Gemini moon is an interesting placement for a moon. And Sag rising. I think we had one earlier that was no, she was a Sag moon. So a Sag rising. So be careful how you come off to others. Okay? Be careful how you come off to others. That can make your journey a lot more difficult. When you say you're on a journey, you really didn't go into that, so I don't know how to really give you any information. Gemini sun, Gemini moon. I love my Geminis, you know that. I know that a lot of people think that Geminis are two-faced. Totally disagree. Geminis are able to read energy, and they're able to put people at ease. They're chameleons of the world, and they're here to blend into many different situations, but they love picking apart your brain. Virgo and Gemini. I'm a Virgo. Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So who else do we have here? Okay. Dragonfly interested. Interesting. Thank you. I hear a message. Strange language. Okay. So whenever you hear, okay, so Dragonfly said, interesting. Thank you. I hear messages in strange languages during my energy healing I give sometimes. Yes, that is very normal. That is very normal. So that's called light language. Often light language. I'm not sure if any of you have heard of that. I'm sure many of you have. Light language is very different. I hear it oftentimes whenever I'm doing these readings. And I don't understand it, but it's kind of like you're on the right track. They're talking so fast that they're like, ooh, you're doing it. You're right there, right there, right there. So when you're doing healings, of course, they're like, yes, they're putting all their energy, and you're hearing the other side of the veil. You're basically hearing conversations of light. They don't have verbal conversations. They have light language. So it's pretty freaking beautiful. When you hear that, I don't know, for me, my cup overflow, it fills me with this joy. I'm not sure if it's like that for you. How to life. Can I ask you to read Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Libra Rising, Venus and Taurus? I'm very interested in your interpretation. Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon. So it's interesting because Gemini's flip-flop anyway, and then Sun, Moon. That's interesting. Gemini, Libra Rising, and your Venus and Taurus. I'm not going to bust any bones here, but no pun intended, but also a very sexual being. Tauruses are extremely... I would say that this placement is almost you're the one that asked, right? It's almost like hedonistic, in the way that you receive joy by giving pleasure. No, not just in the bedroom, but just like in any way, form, shape of life. Whenever you give, you get so much joy that it's almost like a rush to you. You need to be careful not to give too much, which is funny to say that for a Gemini, but to have a Libra rising, you tend to people look at you as someone that they want to come to, and they're saying, you're the person that gives them advice. You're the person they come to have, hey, I have all these issues going on in my life right now, and you're always the one to get dumped on. And you, half the time, you have this amazing, like, spew of just wisdom that you can throw at them. And other times you're just like, sorry, guys. But other times you're just like, I can't deplete any more of my energy. However, you are also someone who does not... You don't seem to be the kind of person to rock the boat, but you enjoy some behind the scenes manipulations, if that makes any sense. Like, you're like, I can play with all of these over here, and you're what I call a puppet master. Does that make sense? I hope I didn't offend you, but you asked. Okay, who's next? So that was, who was that? How to Live? Where was that? How to Live? Okay. Unity consciousness. My understanding about the language I've been channeling is it is prayers used to help karmic clearing and cleansing, either in self or the collective. I agree with that. These words, prayers, sounds even will come into you, especially through light language, as frequencies. They're saying, and when these frequencies come through, they can be extremely healing. And there's no reason for you to understand the words. It's the feeling of the words. You have to understand. We can't translate them into English because they are not anything near a language. Light language is emotions, feeling. It's more than words. Light language is an all knowing, an all encompassing. There's nothing you can miss by this. So yes, your understanding and my understanding is the same as yours. There's no way to understand it on an English level because there is no way to translate. It's kind of like translating taste into smell or taste into touch, right? What does the taste of a hot dog translate into the touch? There, it's almost impossible, right? That's kind of how it is. It's two different senses, right? This is an overall sense of our soul language, okay? Okay. I hope you don't mind. I think, oh, thank you. Thank you. I think you're beautiful too, Cloyd. I don't really know what you look like, but I know you must be. We're in the same soul tribe. Yes, let's talk dreams, increasing lucid experiences. Fabula, I adore you. You have such a peaceful energy. Fabula Rasa, I just want you to know your energy is so beautiful. I can feel it straight through here. Hi to Queen Miko Truth Seeker. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with some of these names. Y'all got to put your first and last name. What rising am I? 610. Cloyd, I'm going to need your time of birth and city of birth. If you want to send that to me, I can calculate it for you. Or you can calculate it yourself. Just put in rising moon calculator. Angelina Jarmio. I love Gemini. Love Gemini. You love a Gemini? Yeah. That's a hard one to love. I try not to. No, I'm kidding. I love you. I love all my Geminis. People think I'm so hard, but nothing further from the truth. Oh, well, that, darling Sandra, that's what you're showing people then, right? That's what you're showing people. And of course, there's nothing further from the truth. We're all human and we're all fallible. But you got to start showing some of your weakness if you want people to feel compassion, right? So, yes, I am a Virgo. All right, Dragonfly. Yes, I recognize that. Good, awesome. Light language. That's one of the languages I channel. The second is new, and it takes me back to Tibetan mountains. Queen Miko Truth Seeker. Your name is funny. How do I start to know me? I walked into a tornado. I was not afraid. I'm gonna need more information on that. Okay, Queen Miko Truth Seeker. I have a daughter who was murdered. How do I give myself to the universe? Okay, again, honey, you're going to have to send me an email. We can talk in more depth about that. But we've all experienced severe tragedy. And having a child who has passed away is something that, I mean, I've been through some trauma, but I can't imagine. I always tell my mother every day how thankful I am for her and how powerful I think she is. And she said it has nothing to do with me. We cannot make that path ours. Any trauma you've experienced, you don't say, how did this happen to me? Right? My high school sweetheart, Brian Engler, he killed himself. My sister killed herself. She hung herself in the garage. My father was beaten to death and put in a coma for 4 days, and I didn't even make it back. I got there like the day after they had to unplug him. I was in Iraq. I was in the army for 10 years. I've seen some stuff, but you know what? I've seen a fraction of what this world has. Once you've been to third world countries, once you've walked on foot and humbled yourself, I have the good life compared to, y'all hear that? Something just got crazy in the trees. What I'm saying is, I spent a long time making that my path. Like, I'm the girl that this happened to, and I have, I didn't want to admit it, but I had a chip on my shoulder. You know, it's like, man, everybody always wanted to come to me with their problems because they knew I'd been through stuff, and they're like, she knows the answers. The last thing I want to hear whenever I'm sitting here trying to deal with my suffering of my father dying and my sister dying, and this was a long time ago, the last thing I want to hear is how your husband ain't paying enough attention to you, or you're fighting with your mom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, at least you have one. At least you have these people in your life. And I was so angry at first. I made that my path, to be this angry person who carried all of this shit on my back, right? And finally I realized that has nothing to do with me. My sister checked out early. My father did make bad decisions, and he got himself in a bad spot. He checked out early. And for a long time, I was the girl whose whole family wiped away in a couple years. That's what it felt like. My mom being disabled, that was extremely difficult. It's still difficult. But we are powerful women. And we have both said if they were still here today, they would still be tearing themselves up and affecting everyone else's path in that way, right? Sometimes whenever people pass away early, there is no answer. And I know that. I know that there is no way to make that better, especially it being a child. But sometimes there was something better for them out there. There was another path that Spirit was like, whoa. First of all, here's the two things I've seen. You're going along your path, and there's lots of branch offs. We have free will. There's lots of branch offs that lead into these awesome places. Sometimes you get so far off your path, off your soul path, your soul journey, that you tend to, you can't get back. You can't get back. You can't get back to what you came in to do. So you and universe, God, Spirit work together and say, okay, wait. Things have changed. Let's start over, right? Let's start over. Let's reincarnate. Let's start over. Or you make such a difference, and your leaving this earth creates more of a difference in people, creates more of a difference in their path in a better way, right? Look at Jesus Christ. His death saved millions upon millions, and still is to this day. Look at Buddha. Look at pretty much any religion you want to, and there's always that example. Look at anyone in history that you want to. Their lives were the hardest of all. You can even look at someone like Queen Elizabeth, who never married. She had this amazing life, and she never married, and I'm sure she was in love multiple times and all the amazing things that could have happened to her, but her path, she chose. I would never want to be queen if that was my life. Her life seemed like one of the worst ones in the world, and we all glorify them, right? So let's just remember what we've been given, what is our path, and what is the path of those who have passed on. Don't make that your path. That's theirs. How dare you, right? Okay, so yeah. Geminis are awesome. All right. I've gotten kind of behind. Temple Tarot. If you interpret animal symbolism, I'd love to hear about red-tailed hawks. I saved one on the solstice, held it in my hands. It was calm and serene. Thank you. So I have never seen one in real life. I've heard of red-tailed hawks, but that's amazing. I don't have an interpretation for that, but that's something I'd love to look up, and let me know if you find something out about it too. That's pretty awesome. On the summer solstice, I had a tree frog jump onto my shoulder, and I didn't know what it was, and they kind of clench onto you, and I grabbed him like this. I thought it was a big bug, and I grabbed him, but I didn't crush him. I just grabbed him, put him in my hand, and turned my hand over like this, and I'm not kidding you guys. He was just laying there spread eagle. He was just like, it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. I just looked at him. I was like, hello, buddy. So frogs are for transformation. I'm hoping that that's what that means for that. Okay, so I am going to start at the bottom now because there's been so... Okay. I'm going to have to skip over some of these that are really personal. I feel like some of these, you know, I'd love to talk further, but I want to kind of talk to everybody. Okay, you guys are talking together. That's cool. Emailing you. Yes, Queen Miko Truth Seeker. Yes, email me, please. Sandra. Yeah, baby girl. I feel you. I really do. I really do. The trauma that happens to some of us and what we consider as unfairness. I mean, here's the deal. When you see someone that has truly struggled, um, I always think to myself, and this is something that my guides have taught me, they're taking the PhD level of this life. Don't feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for yourself. People who are truly struggling, there's this man in India. A friend of mine told me about this. There's this man in India who he went there every day for the same place that Buddha like got his enlightenment, under the temple, under this tree. And there's this man there, and there's all these beggars around that area. You know, that's very common. This guy's playing the drums. He has no arms, no legs, and he's bouncing on the drums with his stubs, right? And he doesn't really notice until the last day. And he's hot, and he's out there sweating. He's like, all right, God, I'm expecting some kind of enlightenment to crap on my head, and there's nothing. He's getting pissed off. He's got this Indian translator with him. And he's like, man, what's going on? I thought that, you know, I made this whole trip so I could be enlightened. And his translator said nothing. He said, it will come. And he's sitting there and he's pissed. And he looks and he makes eye contact with this armless, legless, drum beating guy. And it's powerful. And he's like, I was in there for like an hour just watching this guy play the drums with his stubs. And he's holding it in between his thighs, which are stubs. And he said he felt him staring him down and just boring right into him. And he was like, I swear our souls talked, right? Another language. Again, you don't know what it is, but you feel the feelings of it. And he says, I have to go talk to him. So he goes up to go talk to him. And he says, why do you do what you do? And he says, what else is there to do? And at that moment, he realized, because he's looking right over him, he realized he's blind. So not only does he have no arms, no legs, but he's also blind. He said, what else is there to do? I'm doing what I love. Well, they talk for a while. They walk away. And he's all upset by it. You know, he's like, man, I want to help him more. You know, he gave him some money, but he's like, I want to help him more. And he said, how did he end up doing that? He's so talented. And his Indian translator guide said his parents did it to him. He said, what do you mean? He said, he was born blind. And in India, the population is so high, and it's so hard to make money, that they knew he'd make more money being a beggar. So they cut off his arms and his legs to give him a better chance. And I was so beyond angry. I was infuriated. I was sickened. I was nauseous to think of somebody cutting off their baby's legs and arms. And he said, don't you dare feel sorry for him. Don't you dare. He said, he's on the PhD level. You're just starting college. He came here to learn something much bigger than you or I could ever even comprehend. So make sure to remember the whole point of this. Own your own path. Own your path. And do not judge others. Look at them and regard them with respect for what they're going through. Because I guarantee you, if they have a perfect little house on a perfect little hill with a perfect little family, it's not that perfect. And if they are homeless on the side of the street begging for money, it's probably more perfect than your life. You never know, you guys. Don't judge a book by its cover. I know we've all learned that since we were kids, but truly understand and respect the path that some of us have chosen to come here and live. Okay? All right. So it's been about an hour. We've been chatting. I've been chatting. So each journey is unique and important and valid as the other. I totally agree. So I would love to get on here and do some more of these live readings with you guys. I'm about to end it, and we have 33 viewers right now. That's super cool. It's my number, 33. I cannot tell you how much your donations have helped me. For those of you who don't know, YouTube's kind of been screwing me over. They keep demonetizing my videos, saying I'm inappropriate, which I watch a lot of readers, and I am a lot less inappropriate than some. But anyway, I was kind of counting on that for money. So if anybody has $1 or $2 to give, buy me a Coke, buy me a water. It's hot here. If I add it all up, I might get a shower. But I really, really appreciate it. For those of you who have given, Jamie, darling, you are my star. I mean, I cannot tell you how much. She bought me this bottle of wine today. It's $12.99, and she donated a heck of a lot more than that. So I just want to say thank you to the donations I've gotten from people in my soul tribe who truly support this cause. I am walking 1,006 miles from Tampa to Houston for PTSD suicide awareness. And I have friends wanting to come out and play, so I'm going to have to get off because they're getting inappropriate. They're banging on the windows. I'm not sure if y'all heard. Please send me your prayers. Most of all, send me your prayers. If you can donate, I have a link on my About page. That's so helpful right now. And please like and subscribe to my channel. I feel so silly saying all this stuff. It's just habit, I guess. I really enjoy talking to you all. This has been so much fun. So we have to make a date of it. Maybe every Sunday. Everybody's off work, right? Oh, much love to you too, my darling. Fabula. Thibaut, absolutely, darling. And thank you so much. Unity Consciousness, absolutely. Send me a Unity Consciousness. Send me an email, okay? And some real names. Thank you, Danielle. I am a lot less inappropriate. I agree. 33 and 11. Of course, who doesn't like 11? Goldie Girl, darling. Dragonfly. Thank you, darling. I enjoyed it too. All right, I will let you all go. Let's say a quick prayer together, okay? Spirit, I know you're doing big work right now and bringing amazing people together in these amazing, beautiful circles. I keep hearing, Spirit, I keep hearing you tell me the circles are getting wider. Give us the courage to widen these circles. Give us the courage to spread the love and joy as far as we possibly can so that we can therefore receive greater love and joy. Let every person who walks within my soul tribe to feel powerful, to feel the love deep within their gut, something within them that they know it's been there all along. Let them feel you at their back. Let them know that every mountain they climb, you are clearing the way for them. Let us cooperate with you, Spirit. Let us work with you. Let us cooperate with you. Let's build something magical and beautiful. This soul tribe is going to do something amazing. I know it. Love and light to you, my friends. I'm going to probably be offline for about a week now. Oh, amen. I'm probably going to be offline for about a week. I have some walking to do, but you know I will be back. Every time I get a chance, I'm going to send you guys an update. I love you all so much. All right. Peace out, homies. Catch you on